Hello, lovely people. Welcome to our weekly reading for the week of the 29th of July. I hope you are all well. I hope you've all had a good week. And I hope you're excited to see what the cards are going to tell us this week. Let's have a look and see. Okay, let's have a look. So we have a major arcana card here. We have Temperance. Then we have another major arcana card here. We have the Tower. And then we have the King of Wands. Interesting. So we have two major arcana cards here and a court card. Right. So this is quite fascinating. And I quite love how they're all marrying together, really. Well, let's start at the beginning, shall we? We'll start with Temperance. So, Temperance, it signifies balance, it signifies moderation, and it signifies slowing down. So it's a very calm card. It's very calm. And this card represents your inner stress barometer. So basically, it notifies you when your mind and your body are under too much strain. So when this card comes up in a reading, it's telling you that it's time to restore your equilibrium. So, right now I'm going to ask you, does your body give out stress signals? Are you maybe getting some sensations that kind of make you realize that you're worried about something, or that maybe something is wrong with you? It could be you, it could be a situation. Do you listen to your body, or do you just plow on? And there is very good reason to listen to our body, because if we ignore our body, then whatever needs to be healed, it will just it will hit us with a bang. The Tower. So maybe you're ignoring something that's going on in your life and it needs to be addressed. The Tower. Maybe you're exhausted and you need to be taking some kind of a rest and you're not. The Tower. So at least this is going to be the consequences. The Tower. And so this card is saying to you, wake up here. And well, this card is saying wake up, but this card is, it's telling you now is the time to restore your equilibrium. This card is giving you, it's foretelling what will happen here. So the angel in this card represents your higher self. And if you look here, you can just see where the angel is pouring water from one cup to another. And this represents replenishing what has been deleted. What has been depleted. And it is, it's replenishing your energy tank, if you like. And as you can see, she's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. So the foot that's on land represents your outer world, and the foot that's in water represents your inner world, which would be your intuitive side. And so all in all, the card does represent a place of self-care and restoration before finally getting back into the ring, so to speak. So you may think you don't have time, and judging by the card that's coming next, I would say that's very much a case of I just don't have the time to slow down. I'm too busy. I have deadlines to meet, or there's something going on that I just don't want to know about. So this card is saying, it's saying you must make time. This is your warning card. And I don't know whether I can how to make you understand that. This is your warning card. It's telling you to make time, look after yourself, listen to your body, quieten your mind, and then come up for air. Because no matter what the demands are, you absolutely need to replenish. And it may well be a case of that you don't want to disappoint others, and this maybe is making you feel that you have to jump through impossible hoops. You may be desperately trying to be superwoman so that you can fit it all in, whilst all the time you're just slowly depleting your own energy tank to the point where you will need rescuing. So don't let it get that far. Your warning is here. Slow down, look after yourself, take care, listen to what's happening in your own life, pay attention to what's happening in your own life, pay attention to your health, pay attention to your family, pay attention to your work and how all your environment and how all of these things are affecting you. It's really, really important. Now, this card also signifies moderate action, kind of while maintaining a broader perspective. So it's saying to you to be aware of your desired consequences. So whatever it is that you need to do or you want to do, take it slowly, have patience, look at the big picture. You need to be aware of your desired consequences and then act accordingly. So temperance is very much about self-control. It's about self-discipline and moderation. It's telling you to beware of your life purpose, to avoid excess, and to avoid self-indulgence. So it's a lovely card. It's a beautiful card. It's a really beautiful, calm card, and I think it's absolutely fascinating that it has come just before the Tower. In fact, I love that it has come just before the Tower, because not only is it a warning to you, look after yourself here, take some time out, look at your life and what's going on in your life, and really, in a way, the consequences of not doing this is this card. And so that, because the Tower represents sudden upheaval, and the lightning in the card, it represents the inevitable crisis that the universe always sends to cause those who are in denial to wake up and to heal what needs healing. So what would you rather not be dealing with right now? What are you avoiding? Are there maybe any sort of unresolved hurts or issues from the past that you need to heal or surrender to or clear? Or are you maybe denying what's right in front of you? Is there something happening in your life and you just don't want to see it, but every fibre of your body knows that something is wrong? And again, this is a very common thing for people, and very understandable as well, that, nobody is going to invite confrontation into their life. Well, that's perhaps not true that nobody will, but generally speaking, people don't invite confrontation into their lives just for the sake of it, And it does require great courage that if there is something not right, to be able to put that on the table. And this is where, again, the temperance card comes in, because it's saying, moderate action is so important here. Think about the big picture and be aware of your desired consequences. So if you are going to confront something, then do so with moderate action. Now, the thing is with the Tower that despite the sort of really destructive imagery, the Tower is one of the most healing cards in the tarot, because it snaps us out of pretending that we're okay. It snaps us out of that need to pretend that we're okay, that no, nothing to see here, we're grand, my marriage is great, or my job is great, or I'm perfectly healthy. So the Tower really snaps us out of all of this. If there is some little niggling health concern that you have, go and get it checked. Don't wait for the worst case scenario. And if there is something, if you feel that something is not right in your marriage, then find a moderate way of checking that out. And you may not like what you find. But again, if you go back to the Temperance card here, if once you know the bigger picture, it enables you to possibly be able to create consequences that you can manage, even if they're not what you want, at least maybe ones that you can manage. So it's actually a very cathartic card, because where all pains are finally being felt and released for healing. So this could be the card where you find out that you're going to lose your job, or it could be that your partner is having an affair, or you've just been told that really annoying ache that you've had for so long is something a little bit more serious. But nothing is you can heal everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything within you. And so even if your relationship does fall apart, it doesn't mean that's the end of you. It means that that's the end of maybe a particular journey in your life. And it hasn't just fallen apart out of the blue. It may have hit you out. It may hit you out of the blue, but there has been a lead up to it that quite often you may have had an inkling, a sensation that something wasn't right. So this card is really telling you to really follow your intuition, and but also it's reminding you that when you reflect on your life, you realize that actually the moments that made you the strongest were often the hardest times. So, denial of truth is unsustainable. It's always like truth always outs. That's the expression, isn't it? And denial of that is always unsustainable. And the universe always sends along a proverbial lightning bolt to snap us out of delusions. And it's really amazing in a way, because the breakdown moment can be surprisingly a blessing. We've all had these moments in our lives. This one that's coming up, that's on the cards right now. It's not the first, it won't be the last, but there is a warning here. Take a good look at your life, see what's going on, and at least replenish yourself, because you're going to need that extra energy. And so, the Tower describes a sudden change, and it's usually unexpected. And really what I'm saying is that although we tend to say things like, oh wow, that I wasn't expecting that, or oh wow, that just came straight out of the blue, or that blindsided me. But sometimes it can be stuff that you just kind of deep down knew that something wasn't right. And what this card is doing, it is just breaking through those delusions. And so what the card is doing is it's shaking you out of complacency, and it will force you to perceive your life a little bit differently. It's not a bad card. It's not a bad card at all. It is simply a very energetic card, and you need to have your energy tank quite full in order to deal with it. Now then we have the King of Wands, which I think is fascinating, that this is coming up here, because the King of Wands is very much the wise counselor of the tarot. And, this is a personality that speaks with gravity and wisdom. And this king represents that part of you that is wise and competent. And the king is teaching you to trust yourself, and is reminding you that if you don't trust in your own competency and abilities, that you're actually betraying the very part of you that has helped you to survive. This is the part of you that deserves respect. And the king is in this reading to remind you to trust yourself. You've proven yourself over and over again, and you still don't believe it. Now is the time to acknowledge, like this king, that you are competent. So don't look at others and assume that they know better because they're older or they're richer or they have this job or whatever. Because, basically you don't know what goes on in other people's lives. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors, or even sometimes open ones. So what you do know is that you have to battle with that inner shadow, that part of you that's causing you to doubt yourself and to doubt that your place in the world. And your inner saboteur is telling you to retreat because you aren't as good as Billy, Joe, Jack, Jean, whatever. Just tell that malicious voice to take a hike. The King of Wands is very deliberate, thinks through problems in order to kind of arrive at the best solution. So we're doing a little bit of a full circle here to the Temperance card, aren't we? And so and this card also describes success resulting from self-discipline, both of these self-disciplines here, and can indicate support from maybe a passionate, forthright individual who is a helpful influence in your life. That person may be inspiring, or maybe coaching or supporting, wherever possible, or it's you. So it's either an aspect of you, or it's somebody very close that will help you, will help guide you. And now, if you look here at the little lizard, the salamander here at the bottom of the card, what I think is really very interesting here is that this represents transformation and rebirth. And so does the tower. The tower is all about transformation, and what comes after transformation is rebirth. So the King of Wands implies a position of leadership and authority and an influence. So you may be feeling confident and energetic and motivated to, say, pursue your goals and dreams. And this card is encouraging you to do that, to step into your creativity and to take bold action and to trust your instincts. But when you put them together, you've got the king, the Temperance in the tower. So you've got this significant change that is requiring patience and balance, and this sudden shift, to deal with this sudden shift or upheaval in your life. And this card is also indicating that you do have the inner strength to deal with whatever comes your way, as does the King of Wands. So, this upheaval is sandwiched between two great cards, two really strong cards. And also, this card is very much about a spiritual awakening, maybe a sudden realization, a sudden insight that shakes up your current beliefs or values. So, you may be the cause of your upheaval. And so the card is here to remind you to remain calm and patient, even in the face of chaos. So it's absolutely essential. This card is telling you it's absolutely essential not to overreact. Take things one step at a time. And, it's telling you to remain focused and to be optimistic, because that you will find a peaceful resolution to whatever situation is coming up. And that's the Temperance, and then you have the Tower. And it's telling you in a way that this change is possibly necessary, that it's a reminder to let go of old habits and beliefs that are no longer serving you, that are getting in the way of you here. And, and when you let go of these old habits that are not serving you, you're making space to embrace newer, more empowering habits. And, it's the impression here is that after the upheaval, there will be significant transformation and growth. Look at this beautiful salamander down here, and that you will emerge from it much stronger and resilient. But clearly there's a need for balance, moderation. And here we're looking at the pursuit of maybe goals and ambitions. So maybe you're being called upon in this situation to use your leadership skills and creative power to bring about change. And to bring about change in a way that's aligned with your spiritual values and beliefs. So there's a real significant shift in your life taking place on a very deep level. And, I think here with the King of Wands as well, you either require somebody who is a strong leader, a visionary sort of person that will steer all of you that are impacted towards the light, and help, say, navigate this chaos. Or this may well be that you may well be the person to do this, and some of you will be that person, and some of you will need to have that person in your life, or some of you will need to step up to be that person. So it's kind of like an exciting card combination this week, and to me it's very, very thought-provoking. We have this chaos in the middle, sandwiched between two really, really super strong cards that are saying you will be okay, you are strong, you have the abilities that you need, and you will be okay. You just maybe need to step up to that. And if you are unable to step up to that, there is absolutely no shame in seeking appropriate help. And that's what you must do. So, have we heard enough? Okay, well, I am going to leave our reading on this at this point. And if it resonates with you, do leave me a comment below. You can subscribe to this channel to be notified for the next reading. And if you would like to know more, you can book a private reading with me. You'll find my email address in the description of the video. So lovely people, I'm going to love you and leave you. And take care, look after yourself, and love yourself. Talk to you again next week.